Welthall, David Tuckman here for 88 Poker. It's Magic Monday, folks. That's right.
Oh, here we go. Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, look at these hands.
Kings are good. We are heads up. The double elimination. I love double KOs. Whoa.
No, he calls, and it's going to be over.
I've got a keyword giveaway, Nick.
This is for another $109 ticket.
We're going to go with Madrid.
Type Madrid in chat. Type it. Wants to win.
There's a ticket. Oh, Banfield had a big one. Banfield.
The Jillians.
Oh, wow. What a run out. Hello, and welcome to Magic Monday. Yes, that's right. It is a Monday worthy of a whistle. I'm David Tuckman, joined by Nick Welthall, and we are here for a 100K main event mystery bounty. Lots of giveaways, a free roll, and of course, the one and only Nick Welthall. Nick, how are you?
I'm awesome. What was the whistle thing?
I don't know. It was in front of me.
Yeah, but you didn't do that.
I'm a child, so if it's in front of me, I just feel like I should
in rehearsal, did you? So no one knew it was coming.
I want to keep you on your toes.
Sure. Good to see you. Good to see you, everybody. Welcome to another final table, another Magic Monday. It's going to be great. What's not to love?
No, it's going to be great. I don't think there's any doubt about that. We all know it's going to be great. We've got lots of giveaways, of course. Nick, hold on to your proverbial hat, as we like to say. We have 10 tickets to give away. That's in addition to the 2 redemption Wheel of Justice spins at the end of the show. So 12 tickets in all. That's also in addition to a free roll.
That's pretty generous, isn't it?
Pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet. 10 tickets, 10 $55 tickets. Who wants
we got
one?
Nolan in a call. There's a queen. There's an ace. The roller coaster ride, and the ace 7 does hold.
You started very well. You missed nothing there.
Right. You've missed nothing. Cool Hand 19, by the way, calling off with Queen 8, and those are the 2 short stacks, by the way. So Cool Hand now essentially on life support. Fortunately for them, they've got Ace Queen, so they do have the best hand. They are all in for half of a small blind, by the way.
Half of a small blind, yeah. A quarter of a big blind. That's not very many chips. What a story this could be.
What a story it could be indeed. Cool Hand, by the way, came to this final table 7th in chips. They've already locked up 0 in bounties. That's right. They did not eliminate one player once the bounties were there. And unless they can win this hand and get some luck, they are not going to get any bounties today. Our $10,000 bounty is already gone. We do apparently have a $500 bounty left.
A good night out.
A really nice night out. There's an ace for both players, a heart, a deuce, or a 5. No, the queen plays. And Cool Hand 19. Begins. It does. That's the one thing about having, when you only have a half of a small blind or a quarter of a big blind, as you mentioned, it does get leveraged. They just 6-tupled X. That's a lot, right?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And well over one big blind now. Something around a sort of 1.4 mark in big blinds.
Yep. Westcliff limping in under the gun with 9-8 offsuit. It's a bit ambitious. Rone 11, by the way, ready to make a deal. They're going to limp in as well with deuces. And we could see this one 4 ways. Unless somebody wants to get crazy. By the way, the remaining 8 players all guaranteed about $1,000 plus whatever bounties they've already won. As we look at this King 6 flop. Tighter.
Love to get aggressive on these paired flops, I find. Love it.
It makes sense because your opponents so rarely have everything, but if you're playing against somebody who does like to get aggressive on these kind of flops, do you just raise indiscriminately? What's the play?
Raise indiscriminately. It's always the play.
Just go, listen, you're probably full of it, so I'm just going to raise you.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, in poker TV coverage among good players, you will see raising wars with boards that do have a lot of, potential or are quite polarized, right? Because nobody believes anybody has anything. So that's one way to go. I mean, you can also give up the pot if you don't have anything, just to be clear.
Give up?
Yeah, you can do that.
What?
Once in a while, you can do that.
What's that all about? Blinds at 35,000, 70,000. He's Nick Wethall. I'm David Sackman. We are here, of course, courtesy of 888 Poker. It is Magic Monday, the Mystery Bounty main event. We're down to our final 8. How many players joined this tournament? Is that what you asked me? Yes, 1,021, 180 cashed. And by the way, the Micro Rollers ChampionChip Series is on.
Yeah, this is really cool. It's a $25 buy-in for the main event, for example. So this is smaller stakes buy-ins, but with a 100K guarantee. So that's the theme of the series, small buy-ins, but it's a championship series. So you get guarantees and you get lots of action. Awesome. How can you not play for $25?
A $25 buy-in for a 100K guaranteed tournament. That's insane. That's amazing.
Right? It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, for sure. In fact, the tickets we're going to be giving away today are for the high roller event in that, which is just $55.
Money's relative. One person's high roller is another person's I can't even be bothered to get out of bed for.
Right. For the record, I can always get out of bed at $55. That sounds like something.
$55, that's your price?
No, I mean, to be honest with you, less than that. I mean, if you just, if you make me breakfast, if you make me an $8 breakfast, I'll probably get out of bed if it smells good.
Story checks out. I can see that. Hello, everybody in chat, by the way. Hello, everybody. How are you all? We haven't said hello to chat, David.
No, you want to do that. Everybody looks forward to it. I mean, next to the Wheel of Justice spin, of course, and the giveaways, I think everybody's third favorite thing are the Nick Wethall shout-outs.
Are you serious? Third favorite?
I think so.
That's pretty cool. I'll take it. I've whizzed my wheel back to a screen name I enjoy, and I'm going to go from there. Science. Good to see you, grumpy old granddad. Awesome. Hi, Razvan. How are you? Pontimus, what's up? By Gregorius. What is going on? Doc Matouche, how are you? Bass0600, good to see you. Pashad, happy Monday. Happy Magic Monday. Hi, Jedamandus. Hey, Player Quiller. Daniel4474, nice to see you. Jedamandus is in multiple times. Good chatting. No Money Player, what is up? And Noob Frost Mage, how are you? Fenfop, good to see you. Goosh, Jamie Pugh. Pachashasha. It literally is Pachashasha. Nice to see you too. Winning Kathy, good evening. Good evening, Andrew. Hi to Sleepy the Old, chat legend, Sleepy the Old. Good to see everybody and people coming in later. Cullinan, how are you? Nice to see you, Kaseri and Ripster and Tower and everybody else in the chat press. Good to see you as well. Thank you for being here on a Monday. We've got to make it worth your while. We've got 10 $55 tickets. You've got a great chance of winning one. A great chance.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun there. What was the one, the Pacha-cha-cha one?
Oh, I don't know. It's in my past. Pacha-cha, I think it was. Something like that.
I feel like that's a dance.
It is, the Pacha-cha.
Yeah. I don't know how to do the Pacha-cha, but if somebody can teach me how to do that, I would be really grateful. That sounds awesome.
But with more pep.
Yeah, that's probably 100% correct. By the way, good news, exciting news. I mean, there's a lot of exciting news on 888 Live, of course. We've got our Micro Roller Series underway. We've already mentioned that. We'll talk about that again later on. We've got a lot of stuff going on here as we got Noel in here from Hectic Mulk. But for those of you who are into the 888 Live scene, somebody just booked their ticket to Barcelona for 888 Live.
Oh, cool. One of our players, they want a package.
Yep. Somebody, and somebody else did it also.
Who?
Me.
Oh, you. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, it was your job, isn't it? I mean, what? Good for you.
Excited. I'm excited.
Yeah. Let's go.
Guess what? 1 month from today, I will be on a plane headed to Barcelona, one of my favorite places in the world. If you've never been, by the way, it's an amazing excuse to head over to Spain and play some poker. It's right on the beach. It is really a phenomenal event. A lot of hearts out there. None of our players have hearts. Titer's got a king with a queen kicker. I'm sorry, pardon me. A Cool Hand's got a 10 of hearts and a gut shot. So they've got they've got a lot of equity here, actually. What am I saying? Poker's hard. For some reason, I saw no hearts. Now I see lots of hearts.
Slowly grew during your description of it. There's
the heart. Well, it went from nobody's got a heart to, the 10 of hearts
got a good
qualifies
heart.
as a heart.
And an overcard and a gut shot. And well, they got everything. And now they got
Right.
the pot. So wait.
Okay.
Now has, three big blinds. Do you remember when they had a third of a small blind?
I'm old, Nick. I'm not that old. I don't have dementia yet.
Okay.
It was 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know, you're in and you're out. I don't.
Honestly, sometimes my kids do that. Dad, do you remember that time we had we went to the place and got lunch and they gave us an extra chicken? And I'm like, you mean yesterday?
Yeah, well, that's big. Cool hand needs
Ace
an
king. We need an ace or a king. Oh, come on!
Oh,
how does that story not work?
Fairy tale over.
I mean, they survive like those other spots, and they can't survive with ace king for like heaps. By the way, that would have got him to 10 big blinds.
Yeah.
Hectic Milk earns himself $200. Cool hand 19 is out. Listen,
hand was too strong. That's the mistake they made.
Right. Cool Hand 19, unfortunately, did not get any bounties today. Their biggest cash so far was back in 2021 when they took home $3,600 in the 20K Sunday Big Shot. They won that one, by the way. Today, they're going to have to settle for 8th place, and they're going to earn just under $1,000. The remaining 7 players all guaranteed $1,245. Other amazing things happening on 8 at 8, you're wondering, on this Twitch channel right here, by the way. Tomorrow, the lovely Brazilian superstar Vivian Saliba will be hosting the home game. Exactly. You can challenge her and try to claim her bounty. And even if you don't win, you're going to have fun. She always puts on a good show. That would have really been insane, by the way. Had they won that hand, they would have gone from 15,000 chips to nearly 800,000 in like 4 hands.
Yeah, they would. It's just taking me a while to take this in because I'm not very professional or attentive when doing my job. But we're not super deep stacked at this final table, are we really?
No.
I mean, the two bigger stacks have got good stacks. They've got between 50 and 60 big blinds. But then we've got 2 between 10 and 20, and then 3 between 20 and 30. So we're often a little bit deeper than that at the start. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, I didn't mention it, but I certainly did notice that we started this day, the blinds already at 35.70. That's pretty high. Normally, I want to say that our blinds start at like 25.50.
Right.
So clearly, there was some sort of whether it was a final table bubble, the money bubble. At some point, there was a stall before we got here.
Yeah,
so we might not have it might not be a 3-break day.
Who knows, David?
Who knows?
We never know. We should give out the free roll password. I'm being told that's the thing that should happen. People in chat are just desperate for a free roll password.
And I can understand that. You know why? I mean, it's a free roll. You want to play poker, you want to do it for a good time, and hopefully you want to make a deep run, right? So in honor of the fact that you all want to make a deep run, we're going to make the password today deep run. No spaces though, just deep run. It's 7 letters, and that will get you into the password, into the free roll, where you can win $500 or up to $500 in cold hard cash. You can't win 500 because it's spread out.
Right.
Just want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah. Don't misrepresent. It's good enough. You don't need to hype it.
I mean, it's free. You get to play poker for free.
You do.
That's fun.
You get to beat people on our ticket, on our dime. 2 of these players won a deal, David. 2 out of 7. Unprecedented early hand icon presentation from our players.
Yeah, and maybe this will be the earliest deal in the history of our final table streams. I'm not going to bet on it, but it could happen.
If we do enough of these, eventually we're going to see like a 6-way chop or something. Eventually.
The odds are there. By the way, speaking of those giveaways, we are giving away 10 $55 tickets. I actually thought for a second, since it was the Micro Rollers ChampionChip Series, I actually thought we were going to be giving away like $20, $25 tickets.
Oh, God. That's a tremendous administrative burden.
Right. It would have just been like, keyword, okay. If you just type it in, you're going to get one. You're all getting one.
Chops Viz says, I'm in the free roll. When are you doing the $55 giveaway and what do I need to do? Chops Viz, you need to develop tremendous amounts of patience and tolerance and wait quietly like a child waiting for dessert after its dinner, knowing that if it asks for it, it decreases the chances of it actually happening.
All of that is factually accurate.
Thank you.
And as for, what you need to do, if you listen, it's about as easy as it comes. I mean, I'll put it this way.
It's incredibly easy. Anyone
a few
can
years
play.
ago, I finally got my mom an iPhone, and my mom was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. It's so hard. And yes, my mother was able to figure it out. It's that easy. Okay.
You're saying it's as easy as working out an iPhone.
Yeah, it probably even easier than that. But I'm saying It's as easy as, say, a 77-year-old figuring out an iPhone. Okay.
Yeah.
You with me there?
Yeah.
Winner chicken dinner at Westcliff with the aces, no flop necessary. This time of year, it's quite nice. I mean, we've got spring in the air, a little bit of rain here. Everything's flourishing.
A lot of your audience is in the UK, so you need to moderate. This is weather enthusiasm.
I mean, it's spring there too, isn't it?
It's not. It's crappy. It's like literally it's the gales and rain. Back me up on this chat. If you're in the UK, there is no spring loveliness. We had one day on Saturday where it pretended it was spring, and now it's bad again.
Okay. One day is all you get. Okay, you get what you get. Yeah. Don't get upset. Okay.
That's true.
Nonetheless, though, it is springtime. There is a renewed exuberance in the air. People are having babies. Animals are being born. Barcelona live around the corner. There's a lot of goodness. Just saying. Sure. Maybe I'm an optimist.
Look at the chat.
Yeah, Colin says, I have web feet in Scotland. Plus, it's the Masters. Hey, you're a golf fan. How excited are you about Masters right now? No, you didn't enjoy it?
Terrible. Golf is in absolutely horrible shape. I mean, what is exciting about golf at the moment?
No, I know.
You got to have personalities, and then you got to have some sort of jeopardy, right? But the golf they play is so routines now, and the personalities. I mean, who are the personalities? I don't know.
Are you suggesting Scott Scheffler is not a personality?
He's very good at golf. That is his, and in fairness, that is his job, isn't it? That is his job, and he's exceptional.
I'm going to bring this full circle. Would you say that golf today is as mechanical as like the high roller poker series? Like, would you say that the high roller poker series, I mean in the extreme high rollers, 100K, 25K buy-in, those kind of tournaments, would you say that and golf are probably, in terms of what they're missing right now compared to the yesteryear?
Yeah, it's definitely a good analogy, isn't it? Especially compared to the past. I think in poker, sometimes we still do get some colorful characters, even in the highest games.
Of course.
Whereas golf, I don't think they have any now, really.
They're just like robots. They're just like machines.
Yeah. Well, they sort of, that is where the edge was, basically, wasn't it? It was like becoming more consistent and, basically engineering out the variance in golf is the same as in poker, is engineering out the variance. That's the problem. And that is very admirable. Like, it's a very hard thing to do in both activities.
But they're not fun
it's not
to watch.
Something that you particularly want to watch, right?
No, we all want to watch. Listen, we all want to watch Kevin Costner go for the green for the 11th time in Tin Cup, right? We want to see Tiger Woods. We want to see Tiger Woods.
We want to see Seve off the fairway with his driver trying to make something happen where there's definitely nothing can happen. That's what we want. That's absolutely it.
It's almost like the players, like I said, that was my analogy in the sense of it's almost like in poker and I'm talking about the high roller poker and in golf where it's, okay, I'm just not going to make any mistakes. I'm just going to play it. It's going to be pretty boring, but I'm not going to make any mistakes. I'm going to be incredibly consistent. Mm-hmm. And, over 4 days of golf or, over a 3-day tournament, that's just going to work more often than it's not.
I mean, if you think about poker, it is definitely generally better for you to think about it in a robotic way. It's better to not have emotion attached or too much baggage. It's better not to display too much emotion. You're trying to think about every hand as an event in itself. So, and then the next level of all of that is game theory optimal play, which is actually being a robot. That's the goal. The goal is to actually be unexploitable in any way, which is non-human. So
right.
It's a
we always talk
fascinating
about
thing to try and do, but it's not a fascinating thing to watch, I think, for most people.
Yeah, I think the analogies are apropos because I do think that in golf, and especially golf, because it's not a game where, it's not like football or American football or ice hockey, which I play, where, sometimes emotions are good. You really are trying to take the emotion out of, in poker, the decision-making process, or in golf, each shot, right? You want to take the emotion out of it. But yes, from a viewing perspective, you want to see Tiger Woods with the pump and whoa, you want to see that. That's what we want. Anyway, I will say, once Tiger Woods was eliminated, my interest in the Masters was over, which is pretty sad.
Well, I don't think there's an equivalent for poker, but maybe Ivy in his pomp. I don't know. But I know that there was some amazing when Tiger was, because obviously now he's, old and has broken every bone in his body, apparently, on different occasions and still can play. But when he was in his pomp, I think it was like 2 or 3 times the viewing figures if he was contending in a tournament. As we see a flop set here for R2R.
And still, by the way, still to this day, they say that, when he's playing, the crowds that follow him from hole to hole are just like, they just dwarf anybody else. Top set, middle set here on what is a very wet board. This is not a board that I would be slow playing ever. I think if you're a Rone here, by the way, this is actually not a bad spot to check raise if there was a spade out there. Without a spade, I might just even let it go. Yeah, I've got a gut shot, but it's not a clean gut shot with 2 diamonds out there. You could hit your hand and then still be outdrawn. Or you could hit your hand and be drawing dead. I mean, it's just, you don't like your 10. You don't love the king. Yeah, the queen is good as long as it's not a diamond. It's just like, Some of these kind of marginal hands, when I do have some backdoor spade equity, if I have backdoor flush equity, I'll actually turn it into a raise. Obviously, it wouldn't work in this particular spot, but when your opponent just doesn't have much, you can win that hand. And this has been a pretty bad run out for Rono 11, who is probably going to end up check calling a significant bet on the river.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you look at it and go, well, you decided to call the flop. You actually hit your hand. And how excited about it are you? Like, and also, where do you think you are against your opponent's range? I mean, it's... I mean...
Yeah. I mean, you listen, what you just did, whatever that, I don't know what that sound effect was. That's exactly what this hand is. If you could somehow just go.
Yeah. I hit my hand and I've still only got a bluff catcher.
And that's what, and you're out of position with it too. Like, like what did you want to hit? Like short of, like I said, I mean, short of a non-diamond queen.
Yeah. I mean, and
you
it's
can't
one of
fold
those,
now. You're getting 4.5 to 1.
Well, yeah, but you were also, are you good that much of the time? I mean, look at this board and your opponent has no fear whatsoever. And like, you're basically hoping to see diamond bluffs, right?
Yeah, but you don't block the diamond bluffs.
You don't block the diamonds. So
it sucks, but you just have to call. It's just one of those things. You're getting 4.5 to 1. So if we go back to the robotic GTO play.
Also, it's your own fault. You called and hit your hand.
Right.
You got yourself to blame.
Early on in my poker career, I had to learn the definition of what reverse implied odds were. And we always learn implied odds. Hey, if you make your hand, how much more can you win? Right. If I had to call 50 to win 200, well, I'm getting 4 to 1. But can I make more than that if I hit my hand? Those are the implied odds. Or reverse implied odds are when you quote unquote make your hand, like you hit a king there, how much more can you lose? And you always have to factor that in. Sometimes I do look at things like, well, if I make 2 pair, does that complete some of my opponent's straight draws? Right?
Well, literally,
are all my outs clean?
Well, literally, King 10, which Ronnie had there, is the hand that's always given as the example. In the sort of the first books you read, it's always King 10. Because the point is, if a lot of money goes in and you have a one-pair hand, you are almost always beaten. That's the reverse implied odds. So, yeah, it's a trap hand for sure.
Yeah, especially in that particular spot.
Probably going to see a call here, I think.
Yeah, ace is, I think for sure. I think it's a question of, do I want...
What? Oh, my goodness. Okay. We may be here for some time.
Well, Tighter is living to their name.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even clock that. Yeah, if you're going to call yourself Tighterino, you've got to play to your image for the sponsorship deals, haven't you?
I mean, that was only like a 10 big blind shove.
10 big blind shove, yeah.
I mean, it's not even like it's like you're going to dominate a lot of what your opponent was shoving. Now, they shoved ace-8 there. Yes, they're going to be shoving ace-jack. They're going to shove 10s. Occasionally, you're going to be beat, but they're also shoving 8s and 7s and 6s and 5s and ace-8 suited. Wow. That was a very... I honestly was like, okay, well, the call is definite. It's just a matter of, do you call or do you
isolate, yeah.
Yeah, do you isolate?
And on that bombshell, David, it's time to give the people what they want.
I would like a piece of birthday cake. Is that what we're talking about? Ice cream cake, to be specific.
Yeah,
by the way,
you're a grown adult. You've got your own money now. I think you could probably just go and buy that. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Think about that. As an adult, I could just, like, when the show ends, I could just go to the store and buy myself a birthday cake.
It is amazing, isn't it?
I can light candles for myself.
Like in a previous week, you can buy yourself trophies. No one can stop you. R2R's hit a flush here, but Hectic has nothing to pay them with.
No. Are you suggesting we might give away tickets?
We are going to give away tickets.
Yes, I love that.
It's Lime Ricky's birthday on Friday, so maybe happy birthday, Lime, for Friday, and also maybe that's your way home to a bit of cake. Maybe you can justify buying an ice cream cake in Lime's birthday honor.
I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to buy... I like ice cream cake. I haven't had it in a while. I'm going to buy an ice cream cake. Lime, I'm going to put your name on it. Happy birthday, Lime. And I will take a picture of it, short video of me eating it, and I will send you the picture on your birthday. Seems fair?
Yeah. Is it a bit odd? Let's not worry about it. You get cake. That's the main thing.
Let's not overanalyze, okay?
Shall we do a Loddon Thinks for 2 times $55 tickets?
I think that's a great idea.
I don't know how I came up with it. I'm shooting from the hip here, David.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. The general of the giveaway. I'll take that, Pedro. Somebody earlier asked, how do you win tickets? How do you play? This is what you do. Very, very easy. You're just going to enter a stupid guessing game, which some people say is very, very scientific. Other people say it's just random and rigged. You can be the judge. You're trying to decide what David thinks the answer to this question will be. We're playing what does David think, not what does Google say the answer is. We've got an all-in we've got an all-in.
We do have an all-in. Ace-8 versus ace-6.
Oh, that's not fun.
No.
They went, cruel.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fun if you're Hectic Mulk. I mean, one card away, you just got to fade the 3-outer. You can't do it, and you were gone. And look at that. Hectic Mulk just won $500. So Hectic Mulk has eliminated both players today, and they have picked up $700 extra in bounties.
That is significant.
Yeah. Was just eliminated. Good for them. They earned $780 in bounties, plus
awesome
$1,245 for 7th place. So they won themselves over $2,000, and we're down to 6.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I love the screen name. I love the screen name R because you just shout it every time you lose a hand or bust a tournament, can't you?
Right.
We're giving away tickets. All you do is guess the answer to what David thinks. 1 guess per player. 1 guess per player. Do not spam the chat. Do not multiple guess, or that is the only way you can mess this up.
Right. I mean, literally, the only way you can mess this up is if you answer more than once.
Especially with the question I've got in mind.
There you go.
David, it was the Masters this weekend, as you just reminded us.
We had this conversation. So
you're prepped. Your mind is in a state of top flight golf. and so is Chats. At the Masters, they play 4 rounds of golf. How many golf balls were in play during the Masters, David Tuckman? How many golf balls were in play during the Masters? So they must have been
or at one time?
In total, golf balls, all players. It must have been a recorded shot, basically. So not in one time. How many were used in the tournament?
How many balls were used in the tournament? Okay. So it's not like how many shots taken.
No, because how many balls were used? Because balls is more entertaining. A, it's got the word balls. B, I don't actually know how often they change their ball. I've got no idea. Maybe you have. C, good luck, everyone. 1 guess per person. The 2 closest people with a unique value, so that a guess that isn't taken, will win a $55 ticket. Easily the best question of this show so far. Easily.
How many balls? And I know some things about the Masters. Obviously, clearly, I mentioned this guy. I know Scheffler. Wow.
Yeah.
I know if I played at the Masters, I would go through 47 balls in one round. Now, these players are significantly better than me, so they go through less than 47.
Less than 47. 30 of those would be lost, and the other 17 would be thrown away in frustration as like the ball just ran off the green. Those greens are just stupid. Absolutely stupid.
They're dumb.
If you play on a really fast green, you realize how bad you are at golf, by the way. Like, I've only done it a couple of times, like a really fast professional, like a professional, but on the fast end. And you're just like touching the ball and you realize you've got the touch of a complete clown. You got no idea.
Well, I mean, I think some of those greens are just silly. It's like putting on glass. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, that's just silly.
Well,
I mean, you tap it a little bit, it doesn't go anywhere. You tap it a drop more than a little bit, it's 15 feet past. It's just silly. Anyway, I've had the privilege. I've actually played on Pebble Beach once.
Oh, did you play Pebble Beach?
Yeah, and that was.
Is it worth it?
Well, it was for me. I felt like I got my money's worth. I got a lot of shots in. I mean, if it was money per shot type thing, I feel like I got a lot more out of it than a PGA golfer would get out of it.
That's always my joke about golf. Like I make that exact same joke, which is the pros are idiots. They get way less bang for their buck, way less value. You want to be an amateur. Loads more goes.
I mean, I had multiple holes where I got over 10. Think about that.
Brilliant. Brilliant cost per shot.
Right. That's the way I like to look at it.
Says Happy Gilmore, best golfer of all time. Exactly. You need to put your answer in chat, David.
I don't know.
Okay, well, you work it out. I'll commentate. Okay. 6 players left. Thank you for joining us on this Magic Monday. You're watching the 100K Mystery Bounty main event, Micro Rollers ChampionChip Series. We're giving away $55 tickets on this show today. And do make sure you check out the Micro Rollers ChampionChip Series, by the way. The main event is a $25 buy-in event for 100K guaranteed prize pool. Fantastic stuff.
I mean, I'm not going to, I have no idea on this one.
Nice.
Right? Like. I just don't know. Like,
I don't know either. I got no idea.
How many balls they go through? I don't.
David's put his answer in chat. So if anybody's got intel on this, by the way, is that true? Because sometimes you're funny. So you're probably just being funny, aren't you? Does anyone actually know how often they?
Yeah, no, I'm genuinely curious. I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, if you told me that the professional golfer literally used a new ball on each hole, it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Like this is something that I found out that's kind of crazy. Do you know, like a professional hockey player that plays in the National Hockey League, they'll go through new pair of skates every couple of weeks. They want a new pair of skates.
Every couple of weeks, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
do players in the NBA have new shoes every 2 or 3 games or something?
They probably have every quarter. Yeah, I mean, they just go through them. I don't understand it. Could we get an all in? I tell you, Ace is living a good life.
Yeah,
Ace 8, Queen 8,
magic.
like
just no one calls them.
These are not the chips you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, move on. These are not the chips you're looking for. Is excellent.
Blinds 50,000, 100,000. The commentator-friendly level. Nick Walthall, David Tuckman here for 80-Day Poker. It is the Mystery Bounty. We already mentioned it. That's right. The Micro Rollers ChampionChip Series is on. Maximum fun, minimal buy-ins, 100K multi-flight main event with just a $25 buy-in. Series total guarantee of 500K. I mentioned the home game tomorrow night with Vivian Saliba. We can blast up this Wednesday where we have Mateus versus Ian Simpson. Who will win?
Tough match. Chuck Ray says Michael Jordan was playing a new pair of shoes every game. Is that true?
It might. I mean, also, just from a charity standpoint, you could imagine that he could literally, even if he didn't need new shoes, but he wanted them, he could, if it was game-worn Michael Jordan shoes, right? And then he sold them at an auction for charity. You're talking about raising tens of thousands of dollars over a season. I mean, over a season, it might be over $1 million. They play 80 games.
True. So, but do you not need to like break in? Obviously, you don't. You don't need to break in shoes. Do they not get like a little bit softer after a couple of goes? Obviously not.
I would have thought so.
Yeah. Oh, look, a little bit of a cooler here with Westcliff and Hectic Mulk, both with the big aces.
It's just a tough spot. I mean, the problem with this particular spot is it's the positioning of it. You know, you just talk about it, and it's like nobody ever believes you if you're on the button, and then the player on the button doesn't believe the player in the blind because they know that, well, you think that I'm light, so I mean even if you reverse the hands.
With 23 big blinds, I think this is a clear shove, and it's pretty unlucky if they do shove.
Yeah, there you go. And there's the all-in. Ace-King versus Ace-Queen. Neither player with a deuce. There's a king, and that's going to do it. Hectic Mulk is drawing dead. Yeah, wow, what a monster pot. 5 million chips in there when it's all said and done.
Yeah, that was a big pot.
Well, good news for Hectic Mulk is they won a couple of big bounties before they were eliminated. They're going to give $140 to Westcliff 26. That's their bounty and their exit in 6th place. Hectic Mulk, by the way, ended up earning about $1,800 in bounties, plus another $1,656. So more in bounties than they won actually in the tournament prize pool, but all in about $3,500 for 6th place.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, remember, these players have battled through a lot of opponents to be here, over 1,000 runners to get down to this final 5. So everybody on final tables had a great event.
It's another kind of late position situation. 6s. You can't hate this flop. I mean, if you're going to call with 6s pre-flop in a tournament and you're not that deep, you just can't be calling just to hit a set. Now let's see if they can call one more time. I think they can.
Well, it's quite a polarizing board, isn't it? Because are you really just, okay, well, they folded, but if Westcliff has a hand that beats you, like 9s or something, are they just firing 9s twice there? I don't know.
No, on the second bet, they basically are saying they've got a king.
I've got a king, yeah.
Or nothing.
It's pretty polarized.
Right. I mean, I guess aces as well, but.
David, we've got winners.
We do.
I want to give away some tickets.
You should.
Yeah, we do. Get ready. Get excited, people. I asked you, David Tuckman, how many balls did they use at the Masters across the tournament this weekend? What is your answer and how did you come up with it?
I didn't really know. Like I said, I mean, it wouldn't have shocked me at all if the players replaced their ball every single hole, but I don't think they do. I feel like it's like you got to carry them. And there's a limit of how many balls you can carry in your golf bag. I don't know if that's a rule. I know there's a rule of how many clubs you can have in there. But I kind of went with the number of about 5-ish balls a day, you know, right around there.
Around
when they
3
get
to 4
scuffed,
holes per ball. Mm-hmm.
right? I figured, when they get scuffed up, they take them out. But for the most part, they like to use the same ball, and so I went with that. We got an all in here: 9-6 versus 5s, and there's a 6, and there's a spade as well. That is not a 5. Instead, it's a 2 pair with the 6-9. 6-9 wins, doubles up. I'm waiting for the obligatory. 6-9 just won, Nick.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm too excited to get. Nice.
Thank you.
So
all that adding up, and how many players, and then how many players qualify for the qualify for the latter portion of the Masters. I came up with a number of 711 balls total.
711 balls, David Tupman, is the exact right answer to what does David Tupman think the answer to the question, how many balls do they use at the Masters, is. If you're near 711 balls, you might have won. And we've got some interesting action during this hand, so you can have a little wait on the edge of your seat to find out if you are the actual winner.
Yeah, but just think about, I want you to really think about 711 balls. There's
10's
an all in.
10's just open folded.
Well, I mean, you've got a raise and a 3-bet. To me, folding 10s in that spot is actually makes more sense than the folding 9s earlier on to an open shove for 10 big blinds. Because if Westcliff does call...
So our winners are, don't do analysis, our winners are for Ace 1987, 716 balls. And our second ticket goes to I Gregorius, 721 balls. And we've got aces versus jacks on the table. Well done, winners. If you didn't win, you got 8 tickets left. So lots of reasons and ways for you to win.
What is going on here? 10s versus 8s versus ace 10. Now we got aces versus jacks. Tighter. I mean, listen, if you knew how tighter was, you could actually find a way to fold jacks, but that's not going to happen here. At least I don't think it is. Oh, just a call with the aces. Look at that.
Yeah.
Terrible flop, though.
Yeah, a little bit of creeping dread down your spine after you just flat call. Now they check. That's a little bit happier, probably.
Yeah, but if you knew what your opponent had, it's just one of those spots where you're like, oh, I could have won a monster pot here. Westcliff, by the way, can win this with a 10 or a jack. Check one more time. I imagine if you're tighter, you got to put something in the pot right at this point.
Well, now, like, Westcliff's just totally capped. Like,
right.
You just can't possibly be behind unless they're doing something really funky.
There's a call. There's the ace. And now you're hoping they're not capped. Now you're hoping they're slow playing.
Actually, a bad card, really.
Right, it's just
from the kings and queens situations.
It's just really, really hard for your opponent to have the way the hand played out. It's just
very unlikely.
Yeah, 2.2 million in the pot. Tighter has less than a pot size bet left. And Westcliff's going to give up. We'll move on there. I have no idea, by the way. Does anybody have any idea of what the actual number of balls will be played?
Or how many they use per round. How many does a pro golfer use per round on average? We're in the dark here. Help us out, chat. Somebody knows. I
mean, you're like you've worked with golfers, you've coached golfers, you've run a golf website. How do you not know these answers?
I haven't coached golfers, but I have worked with golfers. I've never asked the question. I don't know how often they change. I don't know. I mean, you see them when you watch golf. You see them finish a hole and they check the ball, and then you see them switch the ball at the end of a hole. So the fact that they check to do that means that it's not automatic.
Right.
I think your guess of how many they use per round is pretty good. Change it every 3 or 4 holes.
Like I said, and I just kind of was at first I was adding up all the golfers, and I was like, oh wait, only not everybody qualifies for Saturday and Sunday, so I've got to cut the field, and then thinking that way. Mm-hmm. And then I got to a number, and then I said, oh, what about Kevin Costner, because he lost 11 on one hole, so I've got to add that in. We do always try to get these answers correct, even if we have no idea what we're thinking, and we could be way off the actual answer. We do try to get them right. Colin says that 10 to 12 balls per bag, but do they go through 10 to 12, or they just carry 10 to 12 just in case they need them?
Well, that would mean that your guess was pretty good.
Right.
David, I've got really exciting news from Ticket Town.
I love exciting news.
Yeah, it's coming. Let's just see this all in. Ronnie's all in with the best hand, but they are all in.
And you've got a call here, obviously, if you're tighter. No matter, I don't care how tight you are, you're getting more than 2-1 with an ace in your hand. You've got a call. They do call. There's a 10. There's a jack. They're unlikely to win this one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a run out.
What a run out. That a double up.
Yeah. I love the random. I'm going to show you Queen 3 for no reason whatsoever.
Jamie P says David's guess was right. It was actually the actual answer.
Yeah, we've never gotten this wrong. Nick and I have always gotten our answer of what we think right. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
one day we might get it wrong, but not today.
I don't know how you feel, but I always feel like more pressure as we keep this streak going. But fingers crossed we can keep it running. I got exciting news because we've got 10 tickets to give away. And we've got to get them in before the final table ends. We're going to have more ticket giveaways before the break.
What? I love break. I love tickets before break.
I know you do. That's why I'm telling you. It's exciting.
That gets me excited. Okay, let's do it.
So we're going to do a keyword. This keyword is for 3 tickets. 3 $55 tickets.
You guys have all lost your mind.
I know. It's a frenzy. Aren't you glad you're here? This is a magical Monday. Lime is the keyword. Ready? I know it's ready. This is the best bit. Is it ready? She says it's ready. All you do, if you've never done this before, super easy to do. You just type in the same word everyone else types in. Our software enters you in the draw. 3 people will win. The keyword is micros. Micros. And there's the kickoff whistle. Type in micros to celebrate the Micro Rollers ChampionChip Series on 888. Enter for a small amount, win a big amount is the plan when you enter that. Really great guarantees for small buy-ins, very affordable, and you could get yourself some ammo with a $55 ticket by typing in micros. Just copy what everyone else is doing, and you are in.
All you have to do is just copy. If you have no idea what's going on, if you've just joined us and you're like, why is everybody doing this? Just do that too, and you might win a ticket.
Fit in with the group.
Yeah. You're going to win a $55 ticket. Well, you might at least. We got Ace of Clubs, by the way, for R2R or Retka or R2 Reka. I don't know. Anyway, you want to look at it. We'll call him R2.
R2 or R2R. Yeah.
How about this call from Westcliff? With a King 10 earlier on. This one, King 10, without a club in their hand.
This is blind madness.
Yeah, they have turned a double gutter, by the way, but they do not have a club in their hand. Imagine R2 will call this. Really not a ton of value in raising, but they're going to raise. And it's going to work in this spot. This is just one of those spots to me where you're like, you're just either ahead right now or your opponent doesn't have much. And I think you can call the turn and then bluff the river if you need to. But R2 is just going to take it away right there and then. And they are a chip leader, by the way, with 4.8 million chips. Get your micros in the chat, by the way.
Seconds left. Are you in, David?
I'm
in the draw.
I'm in like 3 or 4 times. By the way, you know who loves the whistle?
Who?
My wife.
What human loves the whistle?
My wife loves the whistle.
Okay. I imagine it's giving her a lot of no annoyance of any kind.
No, listen.
I imagine she's saying, please, David, keep blowing the whistle really loud. It's great.
I try to let her know. I'd be like, hey, dinner time, let's go. That works out really well in the Tuckman household.
Yeah, I imagine that works out really well.
Well, I just want to let her know, like, if I've cooked, it's ready, it's hot, let's go. Time to eat.
David, I want you to stop talking. We're ready to roll the prize draw. 3 people are about to win a $55 ticket. It could be you, person who's entered the prize draw. Our first winner is Pompey Nick. What a great second name. Pompey Nick, come on down. You've won a $55 ticket.
Is that you?
I wish. Our second winner is Noritz. Noritz, come on down. And our third winner is chat regular, Miss Charchars. Miss Charchars, you are our third winner. Congratulations. All of you won $55 tickets. If you didn't win, don't be sad. Don't be upset. Don't be discouraged. There are still 5 more $55 tickets to give away the other side of the break.
By the way,
Amazing.
yes, five more tickets to give away, and I will say, shout out to those names. Pompey Nick is an A+ name, and so is Miss Char Char. I mean, I know Miss Char Char has been in the chat many times, obviously, but I don't think we have ever really let it be known how amazing, because it's just like Mrs. Cha Cha, like it just makes you want to move again. Maybe I'm in a dancing mood today. I don't know.
Have you seen the viral clip of the little girl doing the cha-cha-cha across the living room?
I have not.
Okay, it's super viral. You've seen it in chat, haven't you? She goes 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. It's awesome.
I'll look for it during the break. The break, by the way, is in 5 minutes, so I know what I'll be doing during then.
There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you. It was either that or, obviously cat videos.
Noob Frost May says that little girl is precious. Yeah, she's awesome. She's also gone viral at 3 years old, so that's not going to haunt her forever at all.
No.
One of those things. Colin says Pompey Nick is from Portsmouth. Oh, yeah, of course, Pompey. And we're going to win the League One title. Very, very good. Well done to Pompey.
Westcliff checking the turn. Not a run out they necessarily want when you've got Queen Jack. I think the Ace of the River is a scary card because I feel like when your opponent calls you on the flop, they're either going to have a pair some of the time or they're going to have an ace high type hand. But in this case, R2 floated the flop just to give up. Kind of a strange play, to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit random, but these two do get a little bit random and funky in the blinds. Miss Churchill says, thanks, Nick and David. Hugs. That's nice, isn't it? I think that's the first winner to send us hugs.
Yeah, Miss Churchill. We'll make sure you win again, okay? Thank you very much. By the way, speaking of random, I brought up the Masters earlier on. I want to bring up, have you seen, we always talk about, different things, modern current events. You know what movie I recently saw that I thought was really fantastic?
Okay, I don't know.
Wonka.
Wonka is fantastic.
Really good.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. It's an absolutely unexpected joy, isn't it?
It was. My buddy told me about it, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll watch it. And I watched it. I was like, oh, that was really well done.
Do you know what I thought? The production design, the sets, the care, the creativity, unbelievable in that film.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it was really good. My kids have not seen it yet, and I'm like, okay, I guess I have to watch it again because it is definitely a family-friendly movie.
It is a family-friendly movie. Strong recommend from both of us. How often does that happen? The
Never.
Venn diagram of Nick and David's.
It's like 3 movies.
Yeah, like 3 movies.
Wow, we got an all in the call here. Are 4s going to hold? They are. Look at that.
Wow.
That's amazing. I mean, that was a pretty big shove there with 6-7 of clubs.
Yeah.
The 4s call, and Rone 11 is out. Ace is just going to pick up more money. Another $140 for them.
Don't think they did
we
much
are down
wrong.
To 4.
They were in the small blind, weren't they? It seems like perfectly fine, and unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah, no, I mean, the 6-7 club shove is absolutely correct. And frankly, the 4's call is probably correct as well. It's just, it's just sometimes you don't expect that many chips to go in a spot like that. Rone, by the way, ended up taking home $2,200 plus $574 in bounties. They actually were our chip leader coming into this final table. So not the way they envisioned this final table to go. Ace back up to 3.1 million chips. Everybody chasing R2 with 4.5 million, and we're down to 4. By the way, the minimum bounty is $46.87. We have not had one of those yet. We've had a couple of 140s, a 200, and a 500.
Okay. Still got that to go. The free roll, because we're going to have the break soon. The free roll registration is open for a little bit longer. Stop talking.
We've got kings versus queens.
Where? Oh, on the table. Yeah.
Kings battling queens.
And Westcliff folds. That was anticlimactic. No, they're probably not. Probably not going to fold.
I mean, how did the chips not go in here?
So this is about 30 big blinds in Westcliff stack. And you would expect it to go. I'm just cautious because some of the things we've seen. Okay, now we're going to go in.
Yep, there it is. Kings versus queens. Both players have a heart in their hand. The river A3 of spades, and the kings hold. And what a turnaround. Ace, by the way, had 4s versus 6-7, 50-50 to basically be knocked out. They win that hand. Then they double up again. They're now in 6.5 million chips. Remember when they had 800,000 chips, they had 10 big blinds, and they had ace 8 and tighter folded 9s.
Folded 9s, yeah. Like this is the, like, they'll know this because they're on stream. But if they weren't on stream, they'd never know that. The hidden luck of poker, they should have been out by the odds at that time, but no, amazing.
You were mentioning the break. That'll happen right at the conclusion of this hand.
Okay. Cool.
And as Nick mentioned, 5 more ticket giveaways when we come back. By the way, registration for the free roll is still open. Get in on that. The password for that is Deep Run. Once again, Deep Run, $500 in cold hard cash. Registration is closing in about 10 minutes, though, so register now. And with that, we're going to head to break.
Calling all micro stakes players. We've got a tournament series designed just for you. From April 14th to 23rd, Ace Tape Poker presents the Micro Rollers Championships. 10 days of events for everyone to enjoy. With buy-ins ranging from $1 to $55 and over $500,000 guaranteed for the series, a little can go a long way. So register today to take your shot at the podium. 888 Poker, made to play.
It could be this hand.
Look at this, Vivi. The money must go in. It does go in. All in a call. This could be over.
Oh my god.
Alex is thinking about this. He to be clear, he has 4 big blinds, and he does put the money in. I was worried he was going to do something else.
Well, he might be. Yeah, well, he's under the gun, right? He definitely should go all in, but I would like him to snap all in because his hand then would look even stronger. Because it took some time and some consideration. And it seemed legit. Is all things you need to consider because you want your opponents to fold, of course, when you have 3s. And nobody has a hand.
Ace King looks good enough.
Okay. Somebody did wake up with a hand. And let's see if he's going to call raise. What's he going to do?
He calls. So Florin now, who's the chip leader, gets to come in here.
Ooh. Ace Jack suited. Let's see. That's an interesting spot. He can, of course, overcall. He can raise, but if he raises, probably Myron will just jam unless Florin just goes all in himself, and Ace King would face a very tough decision. He called.
Yeah, he called, and Alex is going to be super excited by this flop.
I think it will just go check, check.
Check, check on the flop. Check on the turn. Florin's thinking about whether to bet or not. He doesn't.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a horrible way to get knocked out of a tournament, Vivi.
Yeah. Oh my god. Now he knows. Now he knows. One of the players must have an ace. Yeah. Unfortunate for Alex after flopping the set.
Yeah, so Alex, we watched on the previous table, and the big hand for him was he ran into a flush against Florin, tried to pick off a bluff. It was the real deal. That was a big pot for him. He's going to be our ninth place finisher. He gets, let's have a look, 4,200 euros for a 560 euro buy-in.
Oh, ace eight, and kings.
Yeah. Kings move in. So Florin, our big stack, will have to call 1.1 million into 1.8 with ace 8 suited.
Yeah, I think he would just fold.
He calls.
He called.
Wow, that's a
Why?
surprise. Why?
Why?
I don't know. Hopeful. So Florin was playing very well at the last final table. We didn't really see him make a misstep, but that is an optimistic call. Galinsky looking to double up. And he does flop a few more outs. So no, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Runner, yeah. Like 7-6.
Yeah, only that.
Ace. Ace! Wow.
Wow. What a horrible beat for Galinsky at final table. That's horrible.
Well, maybe a jack or a king. He still has outs. Nope, no help. That's unfortunate, of course. Now we know why Florin called.
That's right. You got to know when it's coming. Florin's sitting on that big 9 million stack. Probably going to open here.
Ooh.
Alex says this is the best I'm going to get. And other Alex says I've got significantly better.
That's a way to think.
So to recap the action here, Florin opened for 325, which is kind of standard double the big blind, and Alex has shoved to 890. So other Alex with the jacks.
Thinking, you think he should overcall or jam himself? I think he should go all in.
Yeah, I think he should go all in.
Hello and welcome back to 8-8 Poker's Magic Monday. That's right, it's the 100K Mystery Bounty main event. We're down to 4 players out of a starting field that was well over 1,000. So an amazing feat for all these players, no matter where it goes from here. Of course, half the money in the prize pool, half the money in the bounties. And we have seen some big bounties won at this table already. Nick Wealthall, David Tuckman here. We've got the free roll that is going on right now. Registration is closing momentarily. You can still get in, though, with the password Deep Run. No spaces. Deep Run gets you into that free roll. And we'll do some shout-outs of that in a moment. We also have 5 more ticket giveaways. Plus, of course, the Wheel of Justice at the end of the show. Mayor of Tickettown, have you
Hello.
Have you scheduled out the tickets so it's okay?
Very much so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's going to be a ticket avalanche in this part of the show. So get ready. Don't leave your computer, terminal, laptop, phone, device where you're listening to this. Tickets are heading your way. Get hyped. Big thanks and shout out to Easty. Nick Eastwood is in the chat. Good to see you, Easty. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're not too sad after the weekend. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. If you're not already, follow Nick Eastwood on Twitch.
Why would Eastwood be sad over the weekend, from the weekend? I mean, you know
I'm
what?
dead
Never mind.
inside, mate.
Eastwood's always sad.
I was like, he's dead inside. Is that a development or is that just an evergreen statement? It was horrible. Absolutely brutal. Our jointly supported football team, Liverpool Football Club, had a bad weekend.
Was it like a significantly bad weekend? Was it like in a big game?
Well, we're chasing the league title. There's 6 games to go, and we lost at the weekend, which was, a little bit about sports, David. That's not what you're trying to do.
It's not about winning and losing, though. It's as long as. Do you think the players on the team had fun, though?
It's about the friends we make along the way, isn't it? So
Exactly.
I think that they seem like they get on. Yeah.
That's fine. As long as they're having fun, let's just move on and have a good time.
This is what you say to your all-conquering hockey team, isn't it? Who won another title? I saw. Look at that! I'm bringing it up.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to bring it up. If you wanted to, you can. It's totally up to you. We're getting all in here. Queens versus ace queen. Queens are good. Queens are no longer good. Now the queen needs the last queen in the deck. That's not a queen, my friends. Deuce of clubs. An ace. 888 was in shape to be three-handed with a huge chip lead, but Westcliff still in there. And that's one of those hands that plays itself.
Yeah, and they're the ones that are annoying, aren't they, when you are near the business end of a tournament, because that equity of another player still being in versus them being out and you having a chip lead, it's a big swing.
Well, I mean, and that's annoying. Obviously, if you're R2 or you're tighter as well, I mean, that's $1,000 between fourth and third place. So every
Right.
time somebody gets knocked out, it's more money for you. So if the only person who's happy about that is Westcliff.
And Westcliff's family and friends and supporters, obviously.
Yes, good point. And me, I like Westcliff.
You do.
I love Westcliff. I'm not a big fan of
Climbing
Westcliff
your
24, but 26 I really like. Crimber 1986, first time chatter. Hello, looking for the password. The password is Deep Run. Deep Run. Again,
you've got about 30 seconds left to use it, haven't you?
Go now.
Run. Yeah,
Don't
you do
pass
your
go.
run or you won't get your deep run.
Yeah, $500 in cold hard cash being given away. We also have 5 $55 tickets to give away and 2 Wheel of Justice $109 tickets at the end of the show.
If you've
Also,
never seen it before,
goodness.
don't go anywhere. Stay for the Wheel of Justice, the greatest 90 seconds up to 12 minutes of multimedia entertainment you will experience this week.
Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it. Ace 9 versus Ace 8. There's a 9. This tournament, by the way, featured a $10,000 bounty that went from Xavier Mwench, who finished 49th and took home $10,186 in just bounties. We had a couple of $3,000 bounties. We saw a $500 bounty won at this table, which, of course, quite significant. That's 5 times the buy-in right there.
Yeah, that's juicy.
By the way, if you want to warm up for Barcelona, which is just a month away, we have Throwback Thursday, which is bringing us back to Barcelona's 2023 for the exciting main event. Maybe next week's, I'm thinking maybe next week's Lawden Thinks question will revolve around last year's Barcelona. So if you watch the Throwback Thursday show, you'll be better prepared for it.
Okay, I mean, I can't remember anything about it. Do I have to watch the...
Oh, there you go.
I can't even remember what I did last week, let alone last May in Barcelona. I've done about 10 tournaments in Barcelona. How am I supposed to filter out?
Right. Fair enough.
It was very good. It was a very good event.
It was at the casino right across from the beach.
I remember that. Yeah.
Where
that's
you
where
go
I've done all
in
the
and then
tournaments.
you go
Yeah.
in and you go downstairs.
Yeah, done that about
That
40
one.
times. Yeah.
Right. Jack eye flop here. I'd like to see Ace bet this with a gut shot, the over, backdoor clubs. They're going to check it and then they're just going to get there. That's easy too. That works.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's been the King 10 sponsored show, hasn't it? And I feel like we've seen like a Jack 7-8 flop with somebody having King 10 4 times, something like that. Strange.
There's a call. This is an interesting spot. I mean, obviously we can see the hand and we know Tighter's not going to get Ace to fold, but if you put Ace on like an 8 here or just a 9 or something like that, you might bet this and try to represent backdoor spades. They do go for it. And unfortunately for them, it's just bad timing. I don't hate the bet as, like it's one of those like fine lines where yes, it looks like just the worst play ever. But I think that's poker a lot of times where the fine line between looking like a genius and not. Interesting flop here is we've got Ace with top pair on an all spade board, and R2 has got the Ace of Spades. We could see fireworks on this one. And a very interesting turn card is now R2 has picked up a double gutter to go along with the Ace of Spades. It's like you're drawing to the world and you get the worthless 3 of diamonds on the river. What is that?
Yeah. Yeah, annoying. That's what that is. But you move on. You're in second place in chips. Life is good.
Ace, by
Lots
the way,
of
with
chips in R2R stack.
yeah, Ace with just under 50% of the chips in play right now. Oh, look at this. R2's got aces, and Ace has got ace king of diamonds. Wow. What a setup hand. I mean, 4 ways. How does this happen?
Yeah, I'm between the 2 chip leaders.
There's an all-in. R2 obviously going to make the call. There's 1 diamond.
No more.
And no more. No hope going into the river. And R2 a full double up to 7.6 million. And, well, Ace had 50% of the chips. Now R2 does.
Yeah, just literally swap stacks. Westcliff and Titarino got all excited there, but when the hands were revealed, much less excitement.
So how are we going to do this, Nick? Am I going to ask you a question, or are we going to do the keyword first?
We'll do another keyword, David Tutman. Things have been happening behind the scenes while you've been taking us through the action. We can do it now if you like.
We have an amazing administrative team. It's we literally probably a couple of dozen people working on the show at a time, doing all of this while you just listen to our voices.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Incredible. And that administrative team is Lime Ricky.
She
is very good.
Right. It's her Lime. It's Lime and her team of jungle animals from Costa Rica.
That'd be amazing if there was just a team of jungle animals just filtering the Modern Things answers.
Right. Yeah. That's great. It's not. I feel like it's somewhat like Cinderella, right?
Mm-hmm. Somewhat like Cinderella.
King on the river here for Titer. Gonna go for a little bit of value. Not gonna get it, but Titer's still at 2.1 million.
Okay, we're going to do a keyword giveaway. This is a big one. 3 tickets are going to be given away, and they're not small tickets either. They're $55 tickets.
One time, come on.
Share your hype with me in the chat. Get us hyped in chat. Ticket hype. 3 tickets.
I'm ready.
Let's go is the absolute correct response. We're making it super easy. We're going to do another keyword. All you have to do is type in the keyword. Lime, pick the keyword, and it's super easy. It's incredibly short. We are going to Barcelona. David Thomas has been getting you excited about it. Hopefully you're excited about it. Hopefully some of you will be able to come, qualify through a satellite, whatever you need to do to get yourself there. It's a fantastic tournament. We've done Barcelona as a keyword a lot. So Lime has gone with, wait a minute, Lime, is it ready? People are still hyping. That is not the keyword, you fools. It's not the keyword.
Hype.
Who's
hype in the chat.
Who is Tuck on Sports? Can we ban him?
Top pair here for Titer. Sorry, continue on.
Cooking it as lemmings. Very funny. That was a hype train, DF909. And of course, Tuck on Sports has been banned for spamming the chat with the thing that wasn't a keyword. Lime Ricky, is the keyword ready? Is the keyword ready? The real one. It is ready. Here we go. The keyword is the home of 888 Live's event, which is Spain. Spain. The keyword is Spain. Don't believe the hype. Exactly, Potwet.
For the record, I think we should have just gone with hype.
Yeah, but we didn't. But all I said was get hyped for the. I didn't say it is hype.
We got excited here. This could be trouble for R2. And when I say trouble, not that much trouble, considering that they have a ton of ships. But they're going to lose some ships here on a wet board.
Yeah.
I mean, blind on blind, you got top pair.
They're not okay. Any chips.
No, they're not. Pardon me. What do I know? Now, Westcliff's got. Yeah, I mean, clubs missed, but your opponent could have a 9. Oh. Get your Spains in the chat. Get Spain in the chat. No, Mr. Middleton, it's not France, it's Spain.
Easy mistake to make. It's not if you actually go to the 2 countries, obviously. Yeah, you won't have much time. Lime's pretty quick on these, and there's 3 $55 tickets to be won. 1 more minute to go. 3 big winners.
Yeah, there's a call. I was wondering this whole time while R2 bet there on the river. They bet 600,000 into about 900,000. And my question was to myself, and I'll ask you all, is R2 ever betting a hand worse than Queens there for value? I mean, could they bet Ace Jack for value, King Jack for value? And if they are betting top pair there for value, I just don't think you can fold queens.
Yeah, and also there is clubs, isn't there? You don't have a club, and it's pretty. And you're getting whatever it was 3-1. It's pretty gross spot for Westcliff.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate, that one.
I mean, I will tell you that when I get into tough spots on the river, obviously a lot goes into whether I'm going to make a hero call or not. But the first thing I always ask myself is just, is there a chance that my opponent is value betting a hand worse than I have right now? Like, either A, are they overvaluing their hand? They don't see the spot that they're in, or are they just a really good poker player and are they value betting thin in this spot? And if I think my opponent's ever value betting thin,
wrap it up, David. Wrap it up.
It's just never it's never a fold.
It's never a fold. We are rolling the giveaway. Restart the hype train. 3 people are about doing $55 tickets. Omnipotent is omnipotent because they've won a ticket and that makes them all powerful, probably. Well done, Omnipotent.
I hope you're feeling the hype.
Vero Souza. Blow your Sousa phone. Vero Souza, you have won the giveaway. And our final winner of this round of tickets, $55 tickets, is Groosh 39.
All in here, 4-7 versus 6-8. What is going on? There's a 4. Wow. Westcliff doubles up. Keep in mind what was happening. They had no chips, both players.
Yeah,
neither one with anything.
We still appreciate the hype.
Yeah, I was trying to build it up. It's like, what's going on here? Nobody's got anything. I haven't won the keyword giveaway in quite some time. I'm feeling like it's rigged against me.
Yeah, you've won it one time.
Like a year ago now. And I come to every show. Most of my shows, not everyone, but most of them.
And you enter multiple times. It's weird how you don't.
You'd think at some point I would win, right?
You think it's fixed against you,
wins.
David? Is it fixed against you?
Feels like it. Certainly does. Feels like it. Raise here from R2. See what Tider wants to do on this one. Against the chip leader, calling this feels terrible because your hand just plays so poorly out of position. Do you want to 3-bet and commit yourself? There's a really short stack on your left, or do you just let it go? And Tider does. Once again, live to their name, and R2 up to 8.1 million chips. Carlin says, never mind, David. Always next week. That's right. There is always next week. I'll be here next week. Will you? Ripsta 8 says,
yeah. I mean, if you're David Tupman, you should give up, but everyone else should not give up because we've got 2 more tickets left to give away.
Yeah, never give up, never give up. 2 more tickets to give away, plus, of course, the Wheel of Justice. So really 4 tickets when you add those in.
Good point. Ripsta says, how are the winners decided? So you've been told randomly. It's either randomly or it's based on favors that the winners do for me and David. Those are the 2 ways you can win.
No, that used to be the case, obviously, and then 88's legal team got involved with that. The truth be told, you either guess what we think when we play Lauden Thinks, and Nick thinks or Dave thinks, or you just type in a word and then our random generator picker either picks you or doesn't pick you. It's completely unfair. It's totally random, pretty much. And you can always join. We got an all in here. We might get a call. I mean, tighter is tight, but I don't know if they can fold this. They're going to call. Ace Jack versus Ace Queen. Cool. There's a Jack.
Wow.
Oh, wow. What a big hand.
In the final table. Jeez, that's for 6 million chips.
That was really big because you're thinking there, if you're R2, if you win that, you're up to 12 million and you're 3-handed.
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely crushing.
Oh, my. Doc Matouche says, wow, what a luck box. Yes, I added the word because I assume that's what you meant.
Titarina's going to keep this hot run going. How about outdrawing Jacks on the flop here?
I Gregorius says, Westcliff is smashing his keyboard now. Yeah, Westcliff, by the way, if Tider had gotten knocked out there, Westcliff would have laddered up and won an extra 1,000. I think you can raise this. They just call. I think I probably would have raised. It was such a small bet by Ace on the turn that I think I'm raising that. I don't really understand what this bet is. I know it's a blocker bet, but I just don't even understand why. Like,
I don't know.
At this point, are you really getting called by worse than jacks on a 4, 5, 6, 7 king board?
Well, he might for a min click. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, your opponent was getting 10-1.
Exactly.
I'm just wondering what hands they have that aren't like 2 pair, a straight, or a king.
It's a good question. Turns out
Nick,
they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Just let me know when you want to give the other 2 tickets away. I know you're in charge of this.
Yeah, well, we just gave away 3. I mean, the locals are pretty sated right now.
Okay.
I know they're not just here for the tickets, they're here for the company.
Obviously.
And the good times and the poker.
And the eye candy.
Well, I don't like to think of us in that way, but I guess that must be part of it.
Yeah. I'm not above.
So let's live in the real world. Let's live in the real world.
Listen, I am not above being objectified. Feel free. Objectify me.
Okay,
all in here. King, queen versus king 9. Oh, no. Westcliff could be out. Yep, that's right. Westcliff hits a king on the river, but it's no good. Kicker issues. And Westcliff gets pushed over the cliff. See what I did there?
Yeah. Well done.
Westcliff gone in 4th place. Ace is going to take home an extra $46.87. Westcliff gone in 4th for 4th place. They will earn themselves $3,000 plus $2,000 in bounties. Wow.
Nice.
That's pretty crazy. By the way, Westcliff was they actually took home exactly 1981 in bounties, which, by the way, the same year my wife was born.
Well, she won't appreciate you. Like, ladies don't like that discussed openly in public, David.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she's watching this. She'll be very mad.
Trying to help your marriage. Well,
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So we are going through this final table quickly, and I also know how long it lasts. Spoilers. So we need to give away our last 2 tickets, David, because it's a lot and thinks, and we're going to need a question from you, and then an answer from me, and then a lot of working out from Lime. So we should get that show on the road, I feel like.
We should, shouldn't we?
So you can think of a question. You've got a little minute here. I'll just explain what we're doing. A couple of people have arrived today and they haven't played our games before. All you're doing is guessing what I will answer. So David's going to ask me a question. We play what does David think? What does Nick think? I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to do my best to get an accurate answer. But I'm not looking at the internet. I'm just doing my best to answer. So what do you think I think the answer is as we see R2R flop a set here? We've got 2 tickets to give away. The 2 closest answers will win. You can only have 1 guess per player, just 1 guess per player. Do not spam the chat. Lime Ricky runs the competition in chat. Her word is final.
Okay.
David, you've got a question for me.
I do. And this is in honor of Lime Ricky, specifically Lime Ricky's birthday.
Oh.
Are you ready for this question?
Don't. You can't do her age. I've just told you what you can't do.
Well, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Lime Ricky is 24 years old. Actually, I don't even know if is she 24 now or turning 24. I don't know. Either way, we know that. But let's move on. That is neither here nor there. Yes, you can only answer one time, and this is in honor of Lime Ricky, our amazing moderator. Truly the wind beneath our wings. She does an amazing job, and we certainly appreciate all that she does. Interesting turn card, by the way, is Tider has picked up a flush draw. But this is a big bet. And I'm not sure you're getting the price, and they do let that go. Set of 7s, good for R2, and they overtake the chip lead. Okay, Nick, are you ready? Here it is.
Oh, I'm ready.
In Lime Ricky's lifetime,
yes.
How many pieces of birthday cake has she had?
Great question. I know the exact answer to that.
In Lime Ricky's life,
how many individual pieces?
Yes, how many pieces of birthday cake has she had in her life?
Oh my God. How many individual pieces? How many pieces of birthday cake does a person eat? What I'm also thinking is, has Lime ever just ordered herself a birthday cake like you told us all we could earlier? Like,
I don't know.
That would distort it if she's just ordering herself cake.
I don't know if Lime or anybody knew that was possible until I let it be known it is possible.
I don't even know how old Lime is, and I don't even want to guess because I can't even show that in my working because It's just so easy to insult people, isn't it?
It's such a good question for so many reasons.
A great
I mean,
question.
it's as random as how many balls get used at the
Very
Masters.
strong questions tonight. People have
Thank you.
enjoyed them in chat. They've really,
I mean, keep in mind she moved to Costa Rica. Maybe she doesn't know that many people there, but she was in Calgary. I mean, there's a lot to think here.
Bodware, what is your problem? The questions on this show are outstanding. Good question for a change. God. Well, I don't.
Well, you know what, Bodware?
No. Some people are never satisfied, David. That's the problem.
No.
But the question is, how many slices of cake has satisfied Lime over the years?
No, they don't need to be satisfying. They could have been bad pieces.
Yeah, they could just be bad cake.
Right.
How many pieces of cake have I had? Have we got any cake? No, we haven't.
I love the tangent. You're like, wait, there's cake in the fridge. Hold on, I'll be right back. I want some cake right now.
I would have 100% left if we had any at that point. We've got some Easter eggs.
It's just so funny when you think about when you're a little kid. You're like I think about like my 6-year-old and how many birthday parties he goes to a year, and you're like, wow. But now I'm like, now I'm a grown adult, and I go, how many birthday parties do I go to a year? And when I go to these birthday parties, usually it's at a restaurant, and somebody just the birthday person gets a piece of cake with a candle in it, and I don't get any of it. It's garbage.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. A lot of times it's not a whole birthday cake. They just get they get one slice of like cheesecake with a candle in it, and it says, and they write "Happy Birthday" in in raspberry sauce on it, and they get it, and I don't get it. It's garbage.
It makes a massive. I'll tell you right now, it makes a massive difference if you've ever spent time working in an office. Because if you work in an office, you'll eat a lot more cake than if you don't.
That's a really good point.
And I was sitting here, and I don't know if Lime's spent time in an office job. I've got no idea. So
by the way, full disclosure, if anybody ever wants to ask you how many pieces of cake I've ever had, I have never worked in an office.
Okay, based on my guess is locked in. But based on the new information Lime's put in chat, if that's true, I'm low.
Don't give that away.
Oh well, but you've got a lot to work out, and you've got a lot to work out.
Right. I hadn't thought about that though. I remember when I worked at Sky for a little bit. When I worked at Sky when I was living in London, it would be like the executive producer of the show would buy the cameraman birthday cake, and everybody would get a piece.
Yeah, it's a frenzy. Yeah,
right.
Every single birthday, there's a cake. Yeah. You're just going to eat a lot more birthday cake.
That's a good point. There aren't many positives to working in an office, but that is one of them. More reason why you just go out and buy your own birthday cake. It's somebody's birthday today.
It's somebody's birthday, yeah.
Absolutely.
And they deserve you to stuff your face with cake.
We'll celebrate them tonight.
Are you actually a big cake guy, or do you like cake?
I love cake, but I love like 2 bites and then I'm done.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like I love cake though. Yes, I want the cake, but then like 2 bites in, I'm like, okay, that was good. I'm good. I'm like, that's enough.
It's very sugar based.
Yeah.
We've got 3 players left.
2 bites in, I'm good.
Discuss the big topics of the day here.
The Masters, Liverpool, and of course, cake.
Of course, cake. Classic.
Right.
So I don't have any particular bias to any of these players, but I sort of hope Ace comes from behind and wins just because of that amazing sort of hidden piece of luck that just fascinates me in poker when they shoved and they didn't get called, and most of the time they do get called.
People don't realize, I mean, that's the crazy thing about poker. And it kind of screams to the whole, you're not in control. Right? That whole like, listen, you're only in control of so much. Your decisions, that's it. And many of those are, kind of taken out of your hands. You've got ace queen, your short stack, somebody's got 9s, chips are going in, right? There's no decision making in this process. But I do think that a lot of times we look back and wonder, what could have I done differently? Without realizing there's just so much like hidden luck that you have no idea about.
No idea. Yeah. Somebody raised, which meant that somebody else folded when they would have entered the pot. You defended the big blind. And if the third person that hadn't folded because they got a raise in front had come in, you would have lost that pot. And you can't. And yet you're absolutely right. If we bust a tournament, our brains will just attach to the one or two significant pots that we knew about, that we played.
I just think human beings, we're just dumb. The way our brains work, it just doesn't. It's not sensical. It's just nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense, right? We cling to those like two hands, like, oh, maybe I should have just moved all in with my aces and not gotten action. And you're like, what? And they don't know that like randomly Joe in seat 2 just got up and talked to a friend for 4 seconds and would have looked down at queens when you had jacks, and you had no idea that your tournament should have been over 3 hours earlier.
Absolutely. Miss Cha-Cha says lots of great people have birthdays this month. Mine is on the 24th. Happy birthday for that. And enjoy your $55 birthday present from earlier.
Yeah. Happy cha-cha-cha. Happy cha-cha-cha.
Nice.
Thank you.
R2R with the ace king, the big blind couple of hands ago, has a bit of a hold on this tournament at the moment.
Yeah, R2 has done a really good job. And, we've seen, I want to say pretty much all these players be chip leader at one point, but aces, as you pointed out, certainly could have been out a while ago. They're going to get this one through as well. They love shoving with the 8x something.
Right, yeah.
They just love that. Who else has a birthday this month?
Me.
When's your birthday?
Next Tuesday, which is why I'm not on the show.
There you go. What are you going to do on your birthday? You're not going to be here.
I'm not going to be here. I'm going to Flight Club in London, which is where you play darts. You know darts?
I know darts, yes.
Yeah. So they have this thing in London where you get like a booth and you have a dartboard, and they have easier to play games, and you can order food and drink and all of that stuff.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I like the fact that you went like this just in case I didn't know what darts was.
Darts. Well, I don't know. They might call it something different in your world.
Darts. No, darts are a lot of fun. I mean, I don't know why. I will say the UK, this is going to be random topic number 5 for the Today Show. And our final topic, by the way, that's random. I like darts. I like playing darts. I like going to bars and throwing darts. This is all fun. Why it's televised in the UK is beyond me.
Did you know on the main sports provider in this country, the number 1 sport is soccer in terms of watch figures. The number 2 sport in terms of watch figures is darts.
Yeah, because you have no choice. It's always on.
People love it. Jamie says it's called mini arrows in the USA.
Mini arrows. I like that. Well played. Well played. No, I do love darts.
Birthday wishes, everybody. I'm sorry I won't be here because it's moved to a Tuesday, and if it was next Monday, I would have been here. But my friends expect me to meet them and make a fool of myself next Tuesday, so I can't make a fool of myself for you as usual. I have to do it with them.
Look at this. We've got birthdays all along here.
It's a big birthday month. So what is 9 months back from April? Because clearly there's a lot of...
it's spring. We talked about... Listen, I'm going to bring full circle here. Spring. Babies are born in spring. Remember?
Yeah, but so when does that mean? I'm not very good at calendars.
We'll just go back 40 weeks.
I'm trying.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not very good at it.
See, this is why you can't do like when the blind levels are 70, 140, you're lost.
No idea. No. No idea.
That's hysterical.
So I'm only good at maths I need. That's the only maths I'm good at. Like money, stuff like that. If it's my money, I'm like 27 times 48. Yeah, boom, no problem.
Can somebody let everybody know that if they're born in April, when in all likelihood you were conceived? This would be humans, by the way, because other creatures, well, it's different. It's other creatures.
July. So when the sun is out and people are just wearing less clothing.
That makes sense.
It's free and easy. People are chilled out, having fun. Whoops.
It might be an accident just because they have less clothing on. Like, oops.
Yeah, it might just accidentally go in.
Right.
And whoops, an April baby.
I like when I say something and you look at me like, oh gosh, Dave's going to get canceled. And then you do that.
I like to go one step further. It's just
right. Where's the line? Where's that line? The line's there. Yeah, I'm just going to jump over it.
Well, it's late night entertainment, isn't it?
Lime Ricky
Hungary
said,
says, I played John Part in doubles at a tournament many moons ago. Don't ask if we won. John Part was world champion at one point.
so you probably didn't win.
Well, yeah, no, you probably didn't.
Lime Ricky said that she was told she was conceived when her dad came home from lunch. Wow.
Afternoon delight. Oh, afternoon delight.
Cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha.
Exactly. I was conceived during the brief period of harmony in my parents' relationship. I think it was like a 3-day window. And then they resumed hostilities.
Listen, that brief 3-day window is very apropos when you think about the weather in London, right? It's like the sun comes out. There you go. All in. Wow. King 4 versus Ace Queen. Uh-oh. This could be it for aces. It is for aces. They do not get lucky on this one. They get called, and they are out, and that's a big pot, and we are heads up. So aces gone in third place. R2 up to 12.2 million chips. More on that heads up in a second. They're going to add $46.87 to their winnings. Aces, by the way, will take home just about $100 in bounties, but they earn themselves $4,100 via the third place finish. So well over $4,000 for the third place finish. We're down to our final two. There's about a $2,100 pay difference between first and second, and the winner, of course, gets both bounties. So still a lot to be played for here. And as you can see, R2, a sizable advantage for them. Nick, should we wait to the end of the show to go through your birthday cake question?
Let's wait to the end of the heads up. Let's wait to the end of the heads up. It's not a long heads up. Spoilers. I don't know exactly how long, but it's not super long.
Fair enough.
Obviously, Taitorino is the underdog here, but doesn't need to be a long heads up for them to win it. A couple of hands, bang, bang, and you're back.
Could it be right here?
Although this looks like it's fraught with danger.
Well, they called a turn and hit a queen.
Do they bet it here?
I think you have to.
Yeah.
You've got a queen. It's heads up.
Yeah. They shouldn't go broke, though. I'm just thinking.
But like 650,000? Okay, they go really small.
Yeah, quick
wow,
call.
R2 just called.
Yeah.
I thought R2 was setting up a check raise in the river, not just a check call, but they decided to play a little bit more cautiously.
Not made the adjustment to heads up. That's what that looked like.
Yeah.
So Taitorino's not completely dead. They've obviously got a big chip deficit, but a couple of double ups.
Yeah, we've seen players come back from this before. It's just a matter of, you've got to get lucky that first time. And, you got to get that first double up, and then you can grind it back. But right now, they are pretty short, as you can see. They are, as you can see, they're on just 10 big blinds. So get a limp from R2. This should be a shove.
Yeah.
It is.
Probably don't get called, let's face it. So good start. After this show, we will give away the last two tickets, and we'll play the Wheel of Justice, and this could be a decisive hand.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Sixes versus ace-8. The chips are going in. I don't see how they don't. We talk about a hand that could kind of change the side. Running hearts. Oh, where it is. An ace. A 7 also would do it, but it's not going to happen. Look at that. A ton of outs for Titer. Could have caught a 7, a heart, an ace, or an 8, but does not. The 9 of clubs on the river. And Titer is gone in second place, and we have a winner. R2 going to win the final 2 bounties. $47 and another $47. So R2 going to win those final 2 bounties. They'll take home nearly $8,000 for first place, plus another $500 in bounties. So all in, they win well over $8,000. Titer, by the way, earned themselves over $1,100 in bounties, plus $5,500. So like almost $7,000 when it was all said and done.
Yeah, fantastic return on $109 for both these players. Well done to R2R, who looked like the likely winner from a decent amount out, although it was quite swingy, the final table. It was a good one. Good fun. Speaking of good fun, we've got some business to do here, David Tuckman, involving giving stuff away.
Yeah. It's always amazing how many giveaways we have here. It's also amazing, and you brought it up, the return on investment on these 8-8 poker tournaments is fantastic. I mean, $109 tournament, and you're winning almost $10,000. We already talked about the Micro Series is going on right now. $25 tournament where you can win $100K guaranteed in that. That's just amazing. Anyway, awesome. Let's give away tickets.
Yes, you asked me a question. What was it again?
I asked you, how many pieces of birthday cake has Lime Ricky had in her life?
Well, as I told you, I think it's very dependent on whether you spend a lot of time in an office. I know that Lime has had office jobs, but she's claiming in chat that she spent 25 years in an office. That's not possible, surely. No. So if that was even remotely true, then I'd be low, but I don't think that is true. Anyway, I guessed 340 pieces of cake.
Which, by the way,
birthday cake.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay. She was offered seconds once, but turned it down. Mm-hmm. And that would have been 341, but it is actually 340. It's amazing. Nick continues to dominate this game of Nick Thinks. If you answered 340 or near 340, you might have just won. But in actuality, if your name is Pontimus21, that's right, chat. Legend Pontimus21, who said 335, you just won a ticket. Or if you're Mastermind 1966, you truly do have a mastermind.
Also, Reg.
Yes, you won. So two chat regulars, each won $55 ticket. By the way, if you won that ticket, if you ever win a ticket, make sure you pay attention to your whispers so our aforementioned Lime Ricky can get a hold of you and get you your said ticket. With that, we are going to go to the most exciting 2 minutes, maybe 3, maybe 4, who knows, of content ever. It's the Wheel of Justice.
The Wheel of Justice, the entire poker community, literally anyone that's ever played poker is on this wheel. And in type so small that you have to be a AI reading bot to see it. The Wheel of Justice will spin, and if you've been good and kind and generous, your name will come up. The Poker Wheel of Justice. Let's spin the wheel. Somebody is going to win a $109 ticket. Who is that person? As David Tuckman spins his whistle. Who is it, David?
It is. It's Oleg 33038. Yes, Oleg. You have just won a ticket, Oleg. Are you here?
You must be here to claim
are
your
you
prize.
Here?
If you're watching this in bemusement and you'd like to be on the wheel next time, you need to redeem 4,000 Twitch points between now and next Monday.
When I blow this whistle, we spin it again.
I like it. In 5. Oleg's here!
Oleg's here! Oleg!
Celebrating with an emote. Classy.
I love it. Congratulations, Oleg. You just won 100.
Callie guy says, I can't see my name. It's very funny.
It's there. I checked earlier. Don't worry.
Yeah, we checked all of them. Yeah.
Oleg, congratulations. Just won a $109 ticket. Spin it again.
Let's respin the Wheel of Justice. Let's find another $109 winner. It could be you.
It could be
anyone. Look how many people there are.
Yeah, no, it's going to be somebody. It's somebody. It's Dorkter Avalanche. It's Dorkter Avalanche. Yes, that's like Dr.
Awesome
Avalanche. Yeah, Doctor or Dorkter. I like Dorkter better. It's Dr. Avalanche. It's funny. You mentioned Avalanche before.
David,
you mentioned Avalanche before.
Doctor in the house. They are.
They're here. Winner, chicken dinner. There you go. What a day. A free roll, a winner, 10 ticket giveaways, plus 2 more. Just another Magic Monday.
Just what we do, David Tuckman, turning the worst day of the week into easily the best day of the week. Your week has now peaked. You might as well return to bed and not emerge until our next show, which is next Tuesday, because it's pointless. We've peaked you. You've been peaked. You've been hype trained.
When you see Nick again, he will be a year older, okay? So, and a year wiser, of course. You'll see me next week, though. And, of course, when we see Lime Ricky, she'll also be a year older. Birthdays galore here. I want to thank all of you for joining us. I want to thank our amazing producer and director. That's Joey. And, of course, Lime Ricky. For Nick Wealthall, for everybody at 8-8 Poker, I am David Tuckman. Good night and bye-bye.
Good night.